The Brooklyn Children's Museum celebrating the history and culture of Indigenous people this weekend. Tomorrow is Indigenous Peoples Day. Joining us now with more on the programming at the museum is Dylan House. He is the Director of Public Programs at the Brooklyn Children's Museum. Great to have you with us this morning. We do appreciate it. So let's talk about some of the events you have there. You have traditional dance performances, hands-on food demonstrations, storytelling. Give us a little better idea of what exactly families can expect there today and tomorrow for your Indigenous people programming.
Good morning, and thank you for having me. Yes, so Brooklyn Children's Museum is celebrating Indigenous Peoples Day today and tomorrow in partnership with the North American Indigenous Center of New York. And we're celebrating Indigenous peoples and traditions through storytelling, live music, dance performances, and food demonstrations. We have some dance performances with the Northeast Haudenosaunee Dance Troupe, which is an intergenerational dance troupe, which will be sharing different longhouse stories and traditions and social dances. We have a food program around the Indigenous traditions around strawberries, which will be really exciting, where kids and families will be able to make a traditional strawberry drink. And we have much, much more. We have an artisan vendor market featuring several different Native American artisans. And we have different storytelling programs and art making programs as well.
When you've done this in the past, tell me about the reaction, the sort of the response you get from families and children when they're taking part in these activities.
Yeah, thanks for that question. I think a lot of families are really welcoming and excited to be here for the event to learn more about some of the traditions and the first peoples who were in and who are still living here in New York City and in New York State. So I think people are really excited to see and learn, and also see themselves in some of our programs here at the museum.
Yeah, so important to see themselves in that programming. So talk to us a little bit more about the importance of highlighting Indigenous people, their culture, their food, their history, but not only the importance there, but also, you know, showcasing it to young children so they can get a better understanding.
Yeah, so at Brooklyn Children's Museum, we really try to celebrate all New Yorkers and the diversity of people who live and are in community in Brooklyn and New York City throughout the year. So we have cultural festivals throughout the year that celebrate different identities. And it's very important to us and to our visitors that we celebrate Indigenous peoples as part of Indigenous Peoples Day and throughout the year through our programs and exhibits at the museum. I think it's really important to celebrate the culture and history of people who were here in America first and truly who are still living here in the city.
Talk to us about this collaboration with the North American Indigenous Center of New York, what that partnership is like, and is this something that you just recently started?
No, we've been in partnership with the North Indigenous Center of New York for several years now. We've been partnering on this event for a few years, and they're a women-led Native organization based throughout New York State. So they are bringing in different Indigenous people who reflect the diversity of our state and our region, actually. So there are different artisans, different workshop leaders, different storytellers, and folks who are sharing their identity and traditions with our families and audiences.
Amazing. The video and the pictures there look incredible. Looks like a lot of great activities there. Okay, give us a chance to plug some things coming up. What else you have coming up there in the next few weeks and months? We love the Brooklyn Children's Museum.
Yeah, thank you for that. So Brooklyn Children's Museum is actually the first children's museum in the world. We were founded in 1899, and we're celebrating our 125th birthday this year in December. So we have lots of great programs throughout the next year. Like I said earlier, we're celebrating and reflecting the diversity of Brooklyn and our borough. So coming up after Indigenous Peoples Day weekend, we have a Halloween event on Sunday, October 27th, in partnership with AniTomoCon, which is an anime and manga themed festival. We'll have trick-or-treating throughout the museum, kids costume contests, cosplayers, and an artist market. And then on Saturday, November 2nd, we are celebrating Dia de los Muertos, And we work in partnership with different artists on that event as well, and reflecting the Day of the Dead celebration. And then we have lots more festivals coming up. At the end of the year, we close out the year with our Kwanzaa Festival, which is New York City's longest running Kwanzaa festival for kids and families on December 26th through the new year.
That is a lot of great stuff coming up there. We do appreciate your time this morning, Dylan. In the meantime, again, Indigenous People programming taking place today and tomorrow. You can go to this website for more information, brooklynkids.org. Again, the Brooklyn Children's Museum. Dylan, thank you again.
Thank you so much.